In this very special occasion, I'm going to deliver my story by the title Rumpelstilskin. But first thing first, let me introduce myself. My name is Alya Putri and I'm from Smp Techno Insan Kamil Tuban. And let me tell you the story in detail. The story began in the poor miller with his daughter. His daughter was very beautiful and charming. And the miller was a chatterbox. He had a habit of exaggerating what he told to others. So they complained about the miller to the king. The king decided to teach him a lesson and call him to visit. When he arrived to the castle, the miller said, "My dear Majesty, thank you for giving me the honor to meet you. Since you don't know anything about me, I would like to deliver about my daughter and me." The king didn't refuse or haggle his word. And the king said, "Yes, please, go ahead. I have a beautiful daughter who is the most beautiful girl in the world. But more than that, she can spin gold out of straw. That is an art that pleases me well. If your daughter is as clever as you say, bring her to the castle, that I may put her to the proof." The miller went home and told his daughter all about it. And his daughter said, "I told you, don't lie to anyone. No, you are trapped in your own lie." The father was speechless and ashamed himself. And both left for the castle to face the upcoming disaster. And the king said, "Oh, welcome, Mr. Miller. Welcome, beautiful lady. You are as beautiful as your father described. I hope you will spin gold from straw. Let's not waste any time. Come with me." The king himself led her into a room that was quiet and full of straw, and gave her a wheel and spindle. "Now set to work, and if by early morning you have not spun this straw into gold, you and your father shall die." The girl didn't know what to do. She was scared and crying. And suddenly a bright light beamed and appeared their fearsome little man. And the little man said, "Oh, good evening, Mr. Miller. Why are you crying?" "Oh, I got to spin this straw into gold, but I don't understand how to do it." "What will you give me if I spin it for you?" I can give you my necklace." The little man took the necklace and seated himself before the wheel. Whir, whir, whir. 3 times around, and the bobbins was full. He took up another, and whir, whir, whir. And all the straw was spun into gold. When all the straw was spun and all the bobbins was full, the girl thanked to him, and the king said, "Oh my goodness! I was thinking your boastful father was lying to me. Now you go and take a rest. I will meet you in the evening." The girl thought that the king would reward her to let her go home peacefully. But in the evening, the king took girl into a room that full with straw, much bigger than previous room. The girl didn't know what to do. She began to cry again, and suddenly the little man appeared in her room again. She gave him a golden ring in her hand, the last previous thing she can offer him. And the next day, the king took her an even large room full of straw. "These two must be spun in one night. If you accomplish this, you shall be my queen." As soon as the girl left alone, the little man appeared for the 3rd time. And the little man said, "What will you give me if I spin it for you this time?" I have nothing left to give." "Okay, don't crying. But you must promise me to give your first child when you are a queen." She had no other option but to say yes. So the little man began to spin all night, much faster than before. And all the straw was spun into gold. As he finished his work for one night, he laughed and disappeared immediately without saying his name. In the morning, the king came and found all the work done according to his wish. And the king said, "Oh dear, you prove yourself enough. I'm going to marry you tomorrow." And the pretty miller's daughter became the queen. In a year, she brought a child into the world, but she forgot about her promise to the little man.
Lavender's blue, dilly dilly, lavender's green. When I am king, dilly dilly, you shall be queen. Who told you that, dilly dilly? Who told you so? That's my own heart, dilly dilly. Who told me so?
When the queen alone in her room, the little man appeared in her room again. And the little man said, "Did you forget your promise, queen? I would rather live in than all the treasure of the world." "No, I still remember, but I love my baby very much. Can I have some favor of you?" The little man had pity upon her. He put one strict condition to guess his name. "Okay, I can give you 3 days, but if the end of the time you cannot guess my name, you must give your child to me." After that, the queen spent the whole night thinking all the names that she had ever heard. And the next day, she sent a messenger to ask far and wide to find all the names that could be found. But after each name, the little man laughed at her and said no, and disappeared. On the second day, the little man appeared, but the queen sent the messenger to neighboring kingdoms to search for the most unusual and singular names. Again and again, the queen mentioned all the unusual names, but the little man always said no. Then the little man said, "Tomorrow is your last day, my queen. I hope you can save your baby." The queen got worried. On the third day, she heard something unusual from the messenger. "I have not been able to find new names, but as I passed through the wood, I came to the high hill. I saw the small house, and I saw his short grin, which said, 'Rumpelstilskin, Rumpelstilskin.'" The queen immediately put her necklace and gave her to the messenger as a reward. And then, as time, the little man came back, and the little man said, "Now, queen, what is my name? Are you called Jack or Harry?" "No, it's not. It's not my name." "Then perhaps your name is Rumpelstilskin." And the little man said, "The devil told you that! The devil told you that!" In his anger, he stamped the right foot so hard, he went on the ground about his knee. And he seized with left foot with both his hands, and spin it to such a fury. And there was the end of Rumpelstilskin. The queen lived happily with her children and the king. And that's all my story. I hope you enjoy. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.